going on, people? We're back again. You know, it's me, myself, Beans.
Kaylee K.
Fat boy.
Yep. Obviously, we're bringing you our views and facts and how we feel about certain situations and scenarios and things that's going on currently in the world today. Today, we're going to be talking about social classes and growing up in London, basically. So our views based upon like the differences, which ones do we feel are better and which ones do we feel are, worse, or, like the implications that come with both of them. How do you feel about social class and living in London and living on the outskirts of London or outside London? What do you mean
living on the outskirts?
For instance, what are the challenges, should I say? Let's start off with that. What are the challenges do you face or do you think people will face living on the outskirts of London, like with their families, as opposed to living in London?
I think London has a lot more opportunity for a lot more things. Obviously, it's like the hub of the UK.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So with that comes a lot of added extras, whereas on the outskirts, you're maybe a bit more limited as to what you can do and stuff. And that's why a lot of people will come into London or commute into London to work.
Mm-hmm, yeah,
but I can't really speak on it because I never lived outside of London, but that's my assumption.
Yeah, but okay.
But I know that I'm quite privileged and at an advantage living in London because of the opportunities and stuff that we have.
Okay, yeah, I get you.
Shut up.
What about you?
Boy, living in London. Boy, yeah, it's like she said, isn't it? There's a lot of opportunity in London, isn't it? Living in London. Like going out of London, there's still opportunity. Like if you've got a London mentality and you go up north or something, you can still be successful. Just obviously the pay in that is a lot less, isn't it? But your lifestyle of living out of London is a lot cheaper, isn't it? So it balances out, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, the cost of living is definitely cheaper. I think obviously living outside of London may come with also being a little bit more organised about the way you go about things in terms of course, because the shops close at an earlier time.
The bus service.
You know what I'm saying? The bus services, if you're a bus man.
There's no underground.
Like there's no underground. Like all these little things
that we take for granted.
That are at our disposal. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure like between all of us, between 5 and 10 minutes, we could be at any bus stop or train station ready to go wherever we need to go. We could be at any corner shop. I remember I used to live in bloody Luton. Bloody hell, come 8:30, 9 o'clock. Listen, finding that chicken and chips is hard work, you get me? You know what I'm saying? The only places that were open, a petrol station. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a petrol station sandwich.
I remember being in uni and we used to come up we used to come back to London on Thursday and go back up on Sunday. And sometimes when we'll go back on Sunday, the electricity in the yard has run out. So we're pitch black. A man's got to drive all the way through Luton looking for bloody somewhere where you can top up the electric or the gas or whatever it was. And it was like, bruh, if man was in ends basically, like it's
this
literally
wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, it wouldn't really be an issue, innit? But these times the petrol station is quite the one that used to do it. It used to be literally probably about a 10-15 minute drive. So, obviously living out of town comes with in certain places anyway, comes with the hassle of not having regular shops around. You know what I'm saying? Like between Harlesden, Stonebridge, Wembley, Church Road, bloody Harrow. There's so many shops and line of shops that we pass on the way. Basically, like we're almost even spoilt for choice. You know what I'm saying?
Not when Corona was, not when it was COVID.
Yeah, I think, but the shops are still open though.
Wait, you couldn't even get a KFC or McDonald's.
This guy love a KFC. Nah, basically, So in terms of like, let's just say when families do opt to move outside of London, what are the main reasons, do you think?
Cheaper living.
Definitely cheaper living.
Yeah.
Escaping the hustle and bustle.
You got some schools are like education wise, like if you're looking at it here, you obviously look at how if you got young kids, you're going to look at how good the schools are locally to.
Some might look at safety as well, because obviously
I think out of London, the things that happen. Right, me growing up in the hood, yeah, there's certain things you see on Crime Watch. I'm like, this never happens in the hood.
Yeah, it's true.
Where do you see these things happening?
they have different types of crime.
No, but I mean, our crime. Like, don't get it wrong. In the hood, there's a lot of crime that happens that don't get.
I think the hood is just
the police don't get
walking crime, innit?
Like, but when you hear like you're walking through the park.
That's some Sussex or one of them mad names.
If that happens to a man's sister, yeah, and you know this guy's been doing it for a few days, like, because most time on Crime Watch, the guy has done it to a few people. A man's gonna go out there, like if it happened today, and you've heard about it happening before, you're gonna go out there tomorrow and you're gonna find him, innit? Like, that's the way I see it, innit? Like, with Crime Watch, like, there was even something on Colchester, like when I used to go uni, where the guy was raping, I think, or something in the park, yeah? But out of how these places was, yeah, at a certain time of night, as a black man, you didn't even walk nowhere. You had to jump in your car, like, you get what I'm saying? So when I'm hearing, like, girls, like, it's never right for someone to get raped, innit? But you don't put yourself in a position, you know what I mean? I'm not saying it's
Here
right.
we go. That's number one.
No. I'm just saying, like, no.
But I get what you're saying.
Like,
but basically, what he's trying to say
why are you gonna
is
walk
that
through the park
why are you going to walk
at
through
midnight, a dark
park at midnight, basically? Like,
it's a free country. Don't get it twisted. You should be able to go where you want to go.
nothing should happen to you, but the chances of something happening to you, whether it be rape or mugging or whatever, basically, are heightened. Have you ever seen some things like, for instance, like when something happens and you think to yourself, rah, them kind of things not happen to black man, you know, basically. A black man's not up in the mad. I saw a thing on Instagram the other day, yeah. Did you not see it? Like, it was like a guy going for a jog, basically, yeah, in some mad mountain, and there was like a cheetah, basically, yeah. Do you see it?
Yeah.
The cheetah was like doing running up to him, some weird running.
Yeah,
but
it was kind of scary actually.
But like, didn't you think to yourself, where are you going jogging? Like, where are you going up here, basically? Like,
but what if he's done that route several times and there's never been an issue?
My point is this: I ain't willing to take that route because I don't know what's going on up there. Cause it looked like from the commentary after, it looked like he bucked the animal with the animal's cubs and that, basically. So that's why the animal was reacting that way, basically. But obviously one of the key things, basically, why the animal didn't actually attack him, I was talking about this in the WhatsApp group, pretty interesting if you're into animals, side note, basically, was that he didn't turn his back and run.
Yeah.
Now, most of the brothers that I know,
what are you into animals? You into animals?
Now, obviously, man watches 1, 2 Attenborough and that kind of thing there, you get me? But my whole point is, most man would have kept it moving, basically, and ran off, and that would have prompted the attack, basically, whereas...
He knew how to deal with the situation.
He knew how to deal with the situation, he's backed off kind of thing, and then in the end, the thing just went dusting down the path.
But... when you was a young girl or whatever, your parents used to tell you, don't walk through the alley or the way, or certain things I can imagine they used to tell you, no? Or they never ever told you that?
So when I went to secondary school, I went to Kingsbury, and I don't know if you guys know it, like, backs off into a park.
Yeah.
So that was the route to go home. But when I used to have a club after school, winter times, my parents would be like, don't go through the park. But that was a shorter route, so I used to go through the park like an idiot. You know,
that's
I was
your parents told you not to go through. If they didn't tell you, most people would look to feel for being scared and not go through.
But why was they telling you not to go through the park?
Because there's a danger, obviously.
This is basically what he was saying.
But I was just like, it's quicker, innit? So
and then if something happens to you, lucky enough it never
your parents on the probably box you first.
Because they've already told you.
I told you don't go to the park.
Like, in my area, you don't hear, like, I'm just saying, innit? Like, I don't really hear of anything mad like them Crime Watch story. Obviously the gunshots.
It can happen anywhere.
You can say
you
it happens
can't say
everywhere.
that, but
I'm not saying rape don't happen in my area, innit? That's however you want to describe it, whether the girl's lying or
Are we talking about crime or rape?
No,
here?
we're just
Like, what's
talking
going
about
on?
crime.
It's just
Okay,
we're
crime
talking
in
about
general.
crime.
yeah. No, I'm just saying like, or muggings or whatever. Like, we don't call it muggings in our area. Like in the hood, you don't call it muggings. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. We say robbery.
It's robbery.
That's funny.
You know what I mean? Everyone in the hood knows each other. If your mum's handbag got taken, the description she's gonna give, you're gonna be able to tell who it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, what we're trying to say is that both places, like outside London and inside London, basically have dangerous elements, basically.
Yeah, but I think demographic-wise, the nature of the crimes will be different, as I think you're trying to allude to. But from what I was trying to say is like sometimes families opt to move their families out of inner city for safety for their young. And I've spoken to quite a few people who have raised children out of London. They much prefer it, and I totally get it.
But do you know what? Do you know what I feel? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you.
But they lose their black culture when you move out.
I feel like if you're, if you're moving to a multicultural area, then it can work in my eyes. But
moving to Birmingham or Manchester,
or not even that. But if you're moving to just, even places like Milton Keynes or whatever,
they got
certain parts of Watford, not all parts of Watford, but like certain parts of Watford, little parts, Harrowish kind of, like you can cut through. But it's also another danger moving into a completely
racist territory,
predominated by an area that's dominated by one race. So whether it's dominated by whites, basically, whether it's dominated by Asians or whatnot, because what I tend to find is that you're then putting yourself in another situation. You know what I'm saying? Because what tends to happen is you go to somewhere, one of your Kings Langley or one of them mad places there, basically. Now, it's a race issue. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it also depends on how much money
you go to certain places. For instance, I remember when I went, when I was in uni again, basically, and we was in Luton. Yo, them Asian boys, they're not easy. Like,
that's the bad thing. Not even to be the racist.
They're just like Londoners, basically. But, you know what I'm saying? But for me, it's just about being in a multicultural area, if that makes sense, because it's easier to navigate. You know what I mean?
No, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
But I just think moving out of London, it's like you said, it depends on where you move and the type of money you got. If you're black with money, the white people and Asian people and that look at you a bit different. Like, depends on how you're moving. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
depending on how you're moving, yeah.
If you're moving with our mentality to them areas, they don't want that. When the man they are coming around to visit and all that, like they don't want all of that. They're smelling weed. Just for example, I'm just saying, like, they might. I'm not saying their kids don't take drugs or even worse drugs, but that's behind closed doors. They know they don't let it get out there like that.
No, I hear that. Still, I hear that. So do you feel like when people I was having a conversation about this the other day, actually. Do you feel like when people make a certain amount of money, their instant thing is to move out of London or move to areas that are maybe predominantly other race?
My whole thing is, if you make the money, why are you still in the hood? You're at the bottom, not in a rude way. Most hoods are at the bottom. Yeah? I'm not saying not to buy the house. Yeah. You can buy the house, rent it out, whatever. Move out the hood. The hood comes with certain things that are going to keep you.
Okay, so let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. So you can buy you can make your money, and you can move to somewhere like Willesden.
How much money are you talking about? You've made? Like just standard living money, or you're talking millions money?
Both. It doesn't matter to me. Like,
right. If you're talking millions money,
because you can move to places like Harrow, you can move to places like Willesden.
But I want to live. I want to live with people that are living on my level. You get what I mean? Not in a rude way. I'm not trying to knock nobody or nothing. As I'm moving up, I want to be inspired by my neighbours or whatever, innit? You get what I'm saying? So that's just how I see things. I can move to Wilson. That's a stepping stone from where I live. Yes. Yeah, because they got
Listen,
they
there's
got
some,
houses. There's some ghettos in Wilson.
No, not even ghettos. I'm saying there's some big yards in Wilson.
But I'm saying there's big, like, for me, that's
Stanmore and them kind of places.
For me, that's
there.
a stepping stone from where I come from. You know what I mean? To get out. Like, if I stay in my area with millions, if I'm not feeding people around me, knowing that I've got millions, like, problems will eventually start to come.
So do you believe that when people make money and they stay in London or stay local, they're more susceptible to get into problems, basically?
Yeah, the trouble. Do
you not think that that's dependent?
That's the music for example, music industry. That shows a lot in the music industry.
Yeah, but don't you think that's dependent on how you make your money? Because somebody that is maybe a lawyer, basically, wouldn't have to go through all of these things because people know that's just a lawyer.
Yeah, but but you're not getting what I mean. If that was a lawyer that had a big case that won millions, he's gonna move because he knows what comes with living. Like, how do I put it?
Why does it always have to be negative though? If you do well for yourself,
I'm trying to make it
natural progression would be to buy a bigger house. Or venture out and go to a different area. Like, why does it have to be, you're escaping something? I don't think it needs to be about that.
No. What I'm saying to you is, what you're saying is right. What I'm saying to you is there always the need to move outside of London?
Why would you stay? Outside, talking about area-wise.
You're going to get a bigger house for your money, though.
What you're saying,
you're going to get more for your money.
Get more for your money, absolutely.
Okay, but what I'm saying is,
sense to move out of London.
Does it, what do you call it? Does it balance out, though?
Yeah, because if I'm moving, for example, I can move, just for example, 20-minute drive from here out of London, is quicker than me going over to Croydon or something, for example, And what I can get for that 20-minute drive, why am I going to want the hassle of being in London, It's the traffic and all that comes. It depends on what I'm doing as well, to where I'm moving. If I've got a company that runs itself, like I don't need to be there, I can live in bloody Birmingham. It doesn't.
Do you think that what do you call it? Do you think that we are socially and economically conditioned to want to stay in London?
I just think it's what we know. I just think.
But that's what I'm trying to say to you because that means that we're.
I just think but
basically.
As you get older and you see,
because if you're telling me that the price of the cost of living is cheaper outside London, and you're telling me that the house prices are cheaper outside London, or the rent prices are cheaper outside London, then what's everyone still doing in London?
There's a lot.
So we have to be conditioned, don't it?
Yeah, but I mean, it's like things are different, innit? When you're younger,
You get it?
I think there's different factors that come with that, like your family and friends and stuff like that. It's not just about.
That's what adds to the conditioning, though.
How is it conditioning? That's your environment.
But your conditions to your environment.
I feel like you're saying conditioning in like a negative way, though. Like,
no, I'm not saying it's a negative. I'm just saying that's the reason why you refuse to move outside of London.
Some people refuse.
Basically. So, for instance,
my parents would never move out of London. I could give them 20-bedroom house. For them, Stonebridge is where everything they are happy with in Stonebridge, no matter how rich I was, unless like we would have to force them, like, you know what I mean, out of it. They're comfortable with everything in Stonebridge. Houses down the road, everything they need, Asda, whatever they need.
Remember, they know the neighborhoods and the areas differently to what the youngsters know it for.
But aunties are down the road, they can come and visit them at any time.
For them, it's just where they live, basically. There's no danger for them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas the time maybe that they would have probably wanted to have moved out, basically, is gone.
So let me ask you a question. Would you say that space is a factor as well for moving outside of London?
It depends. I guess the space goes
because it's like we say getting more for your money.
Basically,
so if you can get a 5-bedroom house, 20 minutes out of London for the same price as a 3-bedroom, it's a no-brainer, really.
But people were still going itching in the 3-bed because of their conditioning.
The conditioning and also convenience stuff. Like you said, if you've got your friends and family around you that are going to help you with certain things, why would you move out and be isolated?
Things are changing, though. Things are changing.
I agree.
Things are changing. We're starting to see people that have really made it, whether it be Americans, wherever in the world, that have made it, and they're showing. Look at Rick Ross. The other day he bought how many acres?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Isn't that to help people?
No, I'm just saying, for example, yeah. So
He said this is that. What do you mean?
no, like he bought.
Isn't it for his
something
thingy that he's
doing
for
something.
social housing? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
it's
I mean,
not for himself.
No, but I mean,
they
even
made it
look
sound
at
as if
50
he
Cent.
bought it.
50 Cent bought how many acres for himself? Mike Tyson's house. Yeah? People are starting to realize, like, yo, like staying in the hood comes with certain things. Well, if you stay in the hood, if you're a big businessman, lawyer, as you said, yeah. Couple of the guys from your lawyer firm are coming round. Do you want to bring them to Stonebridge, and then down the road, gunshot goes off as they pull up?
It depends what law I'm into. It depends
No,
what
do
law
you get
I'm
what?
into.
No, do you get? No, you get what?
I'm into criminal law.
No, you get
You
what?
need to come here.
No, you
and
get
see
what I mean?
goes
No,
on.
I'm saying
Nah, I
if
get
you
what
are
you're saying.
making a certain amount of money, like
Yeah.
you want to all be living on the same.
Yeah, I
same
get what you're
level,
saying.
like,
You want
know
to
what
be
I mean?
around affluent people,
Yeah,
basically.
so like it's like me going to KDK's house.
Yeah.
From what I saw of her and what I saw when I went to her house, I'm saying, yo, she grew up totally different to how we grew up. Like her lifestyle's different. You get what I'm saying? No, I'm not dissing that. I'm praising it.
Waiting
Like,
for the jab, you know.
no, there's not even a jump. I'm saying, yo, she grew up totally
He's bigging
different.
up your parents, you know. Just
You
cool,
get what I'm
enough.
saying? Like I'm saying,
Thanks, mum and dad.
you get what I'm saying?
Shouts out.
Her thing's different. My thing is nothing like that. Like, so if I'm growing up now, I'm looking at people on TV or what is realistic to what I see, I see in it. You see, for me personally, I just see a lot of stuff of like, why would you want to? If you're doing up your hood, fair enough, innit? But you have to feed the wolves.
So what I will say is living in certain areas comes with certain things.
Yeah.
And with the time we're in now, people are, with the internet and images of what people put out there about their lives, people aspire to affluence.
Yeah.
As affluence. So it's, and I think wherever you move to, it changes your mindset.
Yeah, of course. Like, for instance, would
Changes
you...
your mindset.
No, I agree with that.
Because I know certain people who've been in the hood, and they moved out, and they're completely different. Not completely different, but they're not into
different
certain
experiences.
things. Yeah, different experiences.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, like, would you send your in terms of social class or whatnot, would you send your kids to private school, or would you send them to a good school that is in the city?
Probably a good school in the city.
Yeah, because they get the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And I think sometimes it's about the child, not the school.
Me?
If that makes
No,
sense.
no, but a lot of people, a lot of people,
And the home.
a lot of people aspire to be like, yeah, I want to move out the ends and send my kids
The
to
only
private
reason I'm
school,
saying-
not knowing that maybe sending you to private school
Has a reverse effect.
has a reverse effect, because what you're actually throwing them into the lion's den. You know what I'm saying? Whereas sending your kids to school in a city, London, basically, they might not have to deal with racism.
Just knife crime.
You know what I'm saying?
crime.
Do you know?
No, but in a good school, that shouldn't be taking place.
Do you know
I'm
what?
only saying private school, yeah. Personally, from what I've seen of certain people I've spoken to, like with the private school, my son could go to private school. His friend in school, his dad could have a big company that automatically he's just links. Do you know what I mean? In private school, like a lot of people are in businesses or doing certain things, MPs, whatever it may be. So there's just a lot of washing hands in them places. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even from me doing deliveries and that. When the COVID and you couldn't even do your exams and that and whatever, it's all of washing hands in them places. You could get top marks, top grades, should I say, by who you know or what you do. You know what I mean? When you go inner city schools, yes.
You said an inner city good school though.
All
It's a
right.
different
Inner city
top
good school.
in inner city.
Like,
you could still get a
so-
good education.
So
You'd
you
have
can
to-
get good education in the deadest schools. How individual.
That's what I just said. It's the
Yeah.
child. It's up to
Yeah.
the
It's the
child.
child.
And
But-
like you said, in the household, the family at the end of the day.
Yeah, and some kids are just bad kids. Even if they go to the best school,
Okay,
they're bad kids.
Can I interject in there? I kind of agree with what you're saying, but I will say from my experience, you wouldn't believe it, but I used to be a child that used to get in trouble all the time for some nonsense, getting suspended left, right, and centre for some foolishness. I think things changed for me when, like, my mum, both my mum and my dad, kind of let me know about the power of choice. And it was I stopped getting licks, and it was like, okay, look at the choices you're making. So then I became
What
very.
country you from?
Huh?
What country?
Both parents from Jamaica.
Okay, African household, there ain't no power. It's just licks.
No, but do you know what it is? Like,
wrestling moves, stooping,
it was
squats. That's why you think the African girl got big backs and that. It's squats.
Oh, the thing when you do that.
Of course.
The thing
squats.
What are you talking about?
One hand on the floor,
So
one foot in the air.
basically, my mum was married to a Nigerian man. Yeah. So that was in my mid-teens. I had to do. I got that one.
Yeah,
that was mad, bro. Yeah, you know when you get the one tear on that.
Hey, listen, my niece here had to just be in a squat.
Mad.
And hold
was
the
mad.
position.
So what happens?
It was mad. And if you
better get up, boy.
listen.
Yo.
That is.
You don't want to jump.
different.
Worse off, my pops. Oh, mate, my pops used to be on some move like he's falling asleep. The moment you try to even bring your hands down or stand up, hey, what's going on? My friend. Even something as little as just raising your hands like that.
Yeah.
You do that for a minute or two.
Yeah.
See the way your hands start. Yo.
Appreciate Kaylee, you never got licked.
Yeah, I'd rather licks than that.
Nah,
Torture methods.
No, I got that a couple of times. It was different.
Listen.
My whole perception.
I used to just get hold one hand. Yeah, just hold one up in the
I'm
corner.
telling you.
That's why you get the solid thighs and the strong shoulders.
You get it. It's peaks though.
But yeah,
but obviously the power of choice.
that's what I was
saying,
taught
of
to
course.
me.
Nowadays, like, ain't it different as to like the discipline, basically, in terms of when it comes to the power? No, I'm saying when it comes to the power of choice, basically, like he was saying. Back then, I could probably think to myself, do you know what, yeah, if I go out and I come back late, yeah, I could deal with getting a box or getting some high heels dash at, man, you get me? But yeah,
Bastard.
Imagine that your own parents, African parents are good at that. Yeah. They don't even understand the implication. They will fully call you a bastard. A married parent, like you say, you bastard boy. But yeah. And I'm sure every African knows this. You see, if your African parents swear in English, they mad, man.
If
You
they,
fucking idiot, what are you thinking? It's like, whoa, mad.
Trust me. You know, when you get home, you're gonna get moved to it.
But what I'm saying to you is that
It's no joke,
back
man.
then,
It's no joke.
we'd probably chance that, whereas now the kids, they're probably not on chancing getting their PlayStation taken away.
Yeah.
For 2 or 3 days or a week or whatever.
I've seen kids
or their phone.
I've
It's
seen kids
actually
have a
peak.
breakdown, like a literal
it's
break.
actually
They
peak.
cannot deal with it.
Because the link up that we used to have as
But it's
youths
because
on the
people
block.
can play on online.
what I'm trying to say
everyone's
to
not
you.
going to. Remember before you had to everyone in 1 yard playing computer, whether it was
The link up,
GoldenEye and all them
Yeah,
games.
the
different,
link
it's
up
different.
basically is not, yo, I'm going to go inside, get changed, and yo, meet me outside, or
Let's go football,
or let's go
yeah,
football.
yeah.
The link up is, yo,
Call of
online,
Duty.
6 o'clock basically.
Yeah.
That's what it is, and they're freaking it all night basically. Whereas if they can't get that access, it's like a drug. You know what I'm saying? Like they're moving mad, like it's a mad withdrawal symptom that they get. Like they start breaking down. And
Another thing is, like, you know this thing, Fortnite.
yeah, the Fortnite thing's
I'm
mad.
hearing a couple of friends of mine. They've gone in like their debit card statement, and the kids have bought all types of add-ons for this PlayStation thing. I'm telling you, this is mad.
What?
It's mad.
You try that to the wrong parent. What?
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. It's mad.
African parent will probably say, huh? That was fraud. Come and take it. You get it? Like, that's what they'll probably say. But these are the things that we deal with now. So you might not even get your ass kicked. You might just get your computer taken away from you.
Which I think, to be honest,
Which is probably
it's probably a better way now to deal with children. I think physical chastisement is not always
chastisement.
That's the correct term, darling.
Yes.
Is not always
the way forward.
advocated. Obviously, it's now illegal. Like, you can't lick your children in public and leave a mark and all that stuff.
As my dad used to say to me, yeah, you'd rather take the licks and get fresh clothes and food to eat than go into go in care where you're possibly gonna get raped, secondhand clothes. You don't know who's gonna look after you. No, sorry to say that, but it's just.
it's weird.
Edit this part out, right?
Sorry, I didn't even realise. Sorry, Dad. Sorry. Edit that part out. Sorry.
No, but
you know what? I was just talking real. Sorry.
But do you know what it is, yeah? Obviously, what he's saying is that you're probably more likely. And what he's saying, to be honest with you, there is a correlation in terms of kids getting kicked out of their house and going into care, or social services taking kids away from their houses, and kids ending up in jail, basically, or kids ending up with social issues, whether it be sleeping around or whatnot, basically, or looking for love in the wrong places, basically. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it does come hand in hand, or even taking a kid out of care of their parents and pushing them into country. They end up going missing certain times. They end up coming back to London on the train, and them mad ones, and you know what I mean.
But everybody understands it. Like, everyone's parents, I'm sure, has told them about, if you've got in trouble, you'd rather not go into care. Or...
That wasn't even an option in my what care.
No, it wasn't an option. But if you're that bad, like, you try running away, or you put that, there was situations like me. I didn't break the rules. My brother, he confirmed the licks. I wasn't on it.
Running away in the African household, it's just gonna cause you.
You're finished.
You're finished. It's just gonna cause you more reason of why you wanted to run away, basically. Yeah. That's it. But then in the end, it may end up turning you into a scorned child or a scorned individual. Like, did we see the Did we see the thing on Instagram the other day about the girl? It was on the news, actually. About the girl that left the child for 6 days and all that.
Yeah, did the child die or something?
Yeah, the child died. Like, so sad. But the social services was involved from a younger age, basically, because she kept on running away and whatnot, and her family just didn't know why. I saw some posts that that the girl's sister made, and it's a very, very sad story. Going back onto the topic, basically, I also believe that when you do move outside of London, I feel like if you don't know nobody there, basically, and you have a certain level of isolation, that alone can make
you like vulnerable. You mean?
Can make you vulnerable to things and that, basically, because you don't know what's going on. Whereas, like, living in London, nobody's more than 20 minutes, half an hour away. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can call this person, oh yeah, I'm running late, can you pick up my children? Or,
that's what I'm saying.
You know
that's why people are probably less likely to move out, because they've got those ties and those links and that support system. Why would you put yourself, like you said, in a position where you're vulnerable, you've got no one around you, when you can stay in London? Yeah, you might not be getting as much for your money, but at the same time, you have to weigh up the pros and cons, and obviously that's more important.
Exactly.
Than being in a fat house, isolated by yourself. So basically what you're saying is that there's
factors and context, there's more intrinsic factors that count.
Absolutely.
As opposed to so Fat Boy's taking the fat house.
Obviously.
Also taking the fat house.
You're taking the security.
I'm thinking about it long and hard, and what I need.
Yeah.
What's good for me.
Yeah, no, it makes sense though. It makes sense. I don't know. I think there just has to be a balance, innit? You know what I'm saying?
So what would you take?
What would I take?
Question.
I would take the yard in Willesden.
The yard in Willesden with a fat house?
I'll take the yard in Willesden.
What, the fat house in Willesden?
Yeah, I'll take the fat house in Willesden, and I'll tell you why.
Gunshots are just down the road.
I'll tell you why. Not everybody sees these things. Not everybody sees these things. I'll give you an example.
The only thing with Willesden
I'll give you an example.
Is that the hood
you live in a certain area.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, that
it's
used
like
to be
Kilburn in these areas. They've got rich areas. Like, there's certain roads. But me growing up, I know the hood are just too close to them areas. Do you get what I'm saying? And the problem with having kids on them rich roads is it's too simple for your kid to venture across to the hood.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? It's very easy for your kid to, because that's where life is when you're younger. Like, the hood looks like it's always the place to be.
It depends
so
on
when it's so close, when you're isolated, not necessarily isolated, but when you're out there, your kid can't just has to have a cousin in the hood that they're saying they go to, and that happens a lot. But you know why he's going to your cousin's house in the hood, you're stopping that.
But depending on how you grow up and how you raise your children, basically, you can live in the most Gaza place and
your kid
has nothing to do with it, basically.
Yeah, no.
Obviously, there's more of a chance or a higher risk. But I'm saying the reason why I said I would rather choose Willesden is because at the end of the day, these areas are what you know. You know what I'm saying? And I guarantee you could move to a place maybe in South London or in Croydon, basically.
Oh no,
you might move somewhere in South London and think, everything's all right over here. You get me?
Yeah, give me some,
you don't know what's
give me the Fulhams and Chelsea's in this area. Like, you know, no, but we could talk.
Chelsea, Clapham's down the road from Chelsea.
Yeah, but Chelsea's one of them areas, yeah. If you come and knock my door, the neighbour's gonna say, I saw some black guys knocking your door. It's like, call the police. That's the type of shit I need. Like, I don't want black guys knocking my door. I ain't got Ringo or whatever it is. I can't see who's knocking my door. Like, no, but you see, growing up in the hood, you know, innit? Like, there's certain things that never happen in the hood that if I move out of the hood, I guarantee it's gonna happen, like burglary and these things, innit? So I need the neighbours like that.
But this is why you got PTSD. Shall I tell you why?
Why?
Because why are you thinking that black guys are going to be coming to your yard to do what?
No, because
you're a legitimate guy.
So, me moving out of the hood, like Munns Park and that, my auntie lives in Munns Park. Just as close as that is to my area, a lot of burglaries happen there.
Yeah.
The same within 10-minute walk you can get to Stonebridge, yeah? Then burglaries are not happening because they don't look at it like if you burgle a house in Stonebridge, you're really going to get anything worthwhile. Or if you get caught, what the repercussions is likely to be in that 10-minute walk.
Well, that's what I'm saying, it's the community.
Yeah.
If I saw
a burglar in your house, you're tying him up in the yard and beating him.
No, I'm saying if I saw somebody moving funny around your yard, basically, I'll call you, say, yo, fat boy, yo, where you? Right, yo, so there's some youth them moving funny like around your house or one.
So you got security, just security. You got community love, like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see, if I move like out there, already your security, like I'm not saying man security, I'm saying security on the house is already going to be of a certain level because of what's likely to happen.
Yeah, but more likely
that's going to happen.
Saying because
more likely that's going to happen out there. No, I'm not saying that, but. I could deal with a burglary and that. There's a thing called insurance. Yeah? I can deal with certain things as long as you don't harm my family or whatever. Shit happens, innit? Like, let's be real, innit? The poor's gonna have to do with it. Like, it's just how it goes, innit? Like, but, like, for me, living out there, they get to see a broader thing. Like, your neighbours, you don't even know who you're in them type of places. Your neighbours, it's all about links. Your neighbours could be that guy that is whatever, that could help your son to be something. In the hood, your neighbour's likely to be the guy that gives your son the first pack he ever had. No,
or he could be a good football coach, or he could be
how much guys from Stonebridge?
A musician.
How many guys from Stonebridge or from
Ask yourself this: the way music is going now, or the way things are going now, your neighbour could be any one of these.
Yeah,
things.
Fair enough.
Your neighbour could be.
It's starting to change how things are.
A good rapper. Your neighbour could be a good actor. You know what I'm saying? Like, your neighbour could be like somebody that's into law. I put something on my status today, in regards to the lunch thing that was going on with Marcus Rashford. And I said, look, the guy's done a fantastic job, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect what he's done. However, the way how I look at things is that when it comes to the free lunch meals and all that kind of stuff, like, our parents, basically, like, for the most part, I don't know about you, but our parents were cleaners, caterers, you know what I'm saying, securities, you know what I'm saying, lower end jobs, basically. So that is what made us eligible, for free school meals. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, we are not our parents no more. Not to say that people don't fall into hard times. We are not our parents. We need to want more and want better. So now we're in a generation where you've got top lawyers, top actors, top sportsmen, you know what I'm saying? Like, that are all black, basically. Do you know what I'm saying? So in saying that, like, we've taken, or we should have taken that bar of income to the next level. You know what I'm saying? To where our kids shouldn't really need what do you call it? Free school meals, basically. Obviously, like I said, people fall into bad times or whatnot, or people might just generally have it hard. There's a lot of single parents out there that are not earning that much kind of thing. But generally, we should be aspiring to the point where we don't even want your dirty prison food, basically. Because when you look at school meals are not the greatest
It's
at all.
actually improved over the years. It's got a lot healthier.
No, it's got a lot. It's got a lot healthier. That doesn't make it great.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Them
Like,
days going on like he was eating school dinners. He was supposed to be running out of school to go KFC or McDonald's.
100% I was on that. Basically.
The schools he went.
But watch this though. I have compassion basically for people that were on school meals basically. Now looking at the woman that was in the government the other day, she nearly came to tears.
The black woman.
The black woman. Like, she was showing so much emotion, basically. And you know what? I rated it, but at the same time, the reason why it's falling on deaf ears is because, look at me, for instance, yeah? I'm somebody that I didn't have access to free school meals. But because of my social environments, basically, I understand basically how
minority.
this has come about, and I understand the help that families need, basically, because of my social alliances with different people. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas you're in Parliament talking to these people that have gone to private school.
They've gone to private school. They get an allowance right now for lunch.
They don't know nothing about that. They don't know nothing about that life.
So, I was saying, this is why my kids have to go private.
So being emotional in the Parliament here is not in that aspect. It's not going to do you no favors.
Do you think it was? Obviously, I personally think it was a thing of, as she was talking about, she was kind of reliving her own.
No, of course.
But obviously, when you're in that moment and she's, I think that was pure emotion.
No, it was. But I'm saying sometimes
people that just have no relation to it.
Remember,
care.
Remember,
that's not to say that you shouldn't tell your story, though. These people
I'm
need
not-
to be
no,
made
I'm-
aware.
I'm
That's
not
the problem. They're not aware. They're in their little bubble, their little rich bubble.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, you see when you're in Parliament, you're representing your constituents or whatever, and you're also representing us as a people, kind of thing. Because obviously you're a minority, just for the simple fact that you're a minority. Yeah, cool. So in saying that, basically, the way you come across, like, has to be in a way that they can relate to. So I'll give you an example.
I disagree.
Wait, hold on. Let me explain something to you.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, everyone's got their own opinions.
Yes.
Now, my point is this. You see a man like David Lammy, when he's ready, basically, you can see that there's some form of emotion behind it, but it's very much composed,
How it's articulated.
And it's articulated like, he articulates with disgust. You know what I'm saying? Like, how dare you? Like, these kind of things is what gets them moving. You crying, you crying and moving emotional, basically. They can't see your pain because they're nowhere near it. So basically, I feel like basically that if she, if the way she articulated herself, basically, was more direct.
What was not articulate about what she said, though? Because I feel like you've got an issue about her being emotional about it. That's what I have a problem with.
No, I don't have an issue with her being emotional. What I have, my issue is the people that she's being emotional to, is falling on deaf ears because they don't know that lifestyle. So it's for her to recognize who you're talking to. Remember a couple of weeks ago, you lot was saying, read the room, basically. Yeah, I got you back now, innit?
I don't feel
so my point is this. Hold on. My point is this. By the way, the cameraman's doing this. Basically, my point is this. Read the room, innit? So if I'm talking to a bunch of rich people, basically, about, as far as they're concerned, about broke people problems, basically, I have to articulate it, in a way that they are going to have to
so you're saying
understand.
that she wasn't articulate in her delivery.
No.
What was the issue?
No.
Apart from the fact that she got emotional
I'm saying
and tried
the
to tap in on
I'm
their
saying
empathy. Because this is what
Yes.
if they lack empathy, it's not what she did.
100%, but she has,
you've got to
she
make
has to
them
know that.
understand, yeah.
She has to know that they're gonna lack empathy.
Yeah, but was she not like? Did you listen to what she said?
I listened to the whole thing.
So what is it that she didn't articulate?
I'm saying to you basically that she should have went on more of a
Bad girl tip.
Not what
Like, I'm gunning fingers.
Listen,
Like, I don't understand.
in all of Dawn Butler's speeches, yeah, Dawn Butler.
There's nothing wrong with what
I'm
she
saying,
said and how she
there's
said it.
I'm saying Dawn
She got
Butler.
emotional, and that's cool.
I'm
That's
saying
right.
Dawn Butler is one of the biggest black MPs out there. Yeah, female basically. Yeah, cool. I've never seen Dawn Butler like that, and I've spoken to Dawn Butler personally. There's sometimes where you have to understand politics. You know what I'm saying, like you're in the house of politicians. They came to discuss issues, basically, issue that they don't really care about. Remember, this is something that they was asking for an extension on. You know what I'm saying, and like you said before, they themselves are getting allowances to go and chop their little lunch. You get me? in these high.
How much is their allowance?
Apparently, it's like £25 a day.
You understand?
A day, I read somewhere.
So really and truly, basically, yeah, I'm just saying, if that was me, yeah, she might have been able to, or if that was you, KDK, you might have been able to say, but hold on a minute, who are you guys to be talking about people that don't really have the money at this moment in time, or people that are going through bad financial times, basically, to be talking when you guys are the ones that are getting £25 allowance to eat every day. Some of you was even scamming your allowances, yeah, previously, yeah, to get more. No, this is where you have to hit them with facts, isn't it? Because they're not understanding, Mary and her son basically has to eat bread and what do you call it? Bread and jam. Sorry to laugh, but they're not understanding that because they can't relate to that. So you got to hit them with facts and disgust. And I've seen it work with people like the David Lammies, with Dawn Butlers and these kind of people. You understand? That's just my personal opinion.
So the question I need to ask, the lady in question, how old was she? Like roughly.
She seemed quite young.
She
actually.
seemed quite
She's
young.
younger than Dawn Butler.
This is what I'm saying.
So for me, that's the answer right there. With age comes experience, innit? Life experience and that. And you know, when you're younger, I know how I was a year ago, 2 years ago, let alone 15 years ago. You see what I'm saying?
But then what we're saying, yeah, because remember, yeah, this thing is rife in the city, London, basically. You understand? I'm sure outside London it also does occur.
It's a massive problem.
But I'm
now.
saying it's a massive problem in any major city in England, and obviously, and I'm only really saying major cities because in the major cities there's more schools, close proximity basically to each other. So the reason why I'm saying it's a massive problem is that so many kids are suffering from it basically. So are we then saying that with age comes experience? Are we saying that maybe she might not have been the qualified person?
No. Okay. Well,
so what are we saying then?
So basically, what I'm saying is
because it's a big issue.
No, it's a big issue.
National.
But you know, as far as what you made your point of her being sorry.
No, go.
Of her being emotional. What I'm saying is, you see, when let's say for example she was 28. Yeah. You have to be pretty mature to do these kind of jobs, but when it comes to stuff that sets off something in your heart, with age you're able to express that differently.
Yes,
you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, let's say she's 28. Her at the time she was 28, her expressing how she felt now compared to how she would be when she's 38 would be completely different.
Of course,
because now I would reckon now. There's conversations that are like, oh, hold on, you need to read the room when you're in these places. So now that's a lesson she has learned. Yeah. But it's a good thing. It's a good thing. Yeah, you know, it's a good thing because it's brought awareness. Yeah. Because we're in an age where, you know, it's all about attention. So wherever the awareness goes, it's a plus point.
By the way, I'm not saying.
No. I'm saying.
I hear what you're saying. By the way, I'm just saying for the record. For the record, I'm not saying that she didn't do well.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is that I just believe that she went in at the wrong
I feel
angle.
like you're saying that her crying undermined what she said, and I'm saying I don't really agree with you.
No, it didn't. I'm not saying that it undermined what she said. Basically, what I'm saying is that she, in order to get the result, basically that we needed, or that we want, we have to hit the nail. We have to hit the nail from a different angle. You understand?
Also, I would say another factor is you don't know what she's facing at work.
That's irrelevant.
No, it's not.
Nah, it is.
Not.
Shall I tell you why?
No, it's not.
It's politics, bro.
No, but
Literally.
it's politics, literally.
It's politics.
But okay, so now you're proving my point for me.
Go on.
Again, it's politics. She may be going through a training period where she's learning how to. So she's maybe facing a lot of things. I don't know. I'm just saying.
I know. I hear you, but what I'm trying, and this is my point. The young woman, she done very well, yeah, and it's almost like a footballer, yeah. You send him on the pitch, basically, a youngster. You know what I'm saying?
To get his half an hour in.
To get his half an hour in, you know what I'm saying? Like, get his little thing in. He doesn't get beat, you know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't really lose the ball, you know what I mean? He does okay.
Yeah.
But in the big match where you want him to run down the wing.
He scored an own goal.
Not even scored her own goal. She didn't even do that because she didn't do nothing wrong like that. But in that game where you need him,
football analogies.
in that game where you need him to cross the ball in for the winning header, he didn't have the experience to do that. You get it? Like, that's all it was.
What are you saying? He tried to cut back in.
He tried to cut back in. There's like 15, 20 seconds left. You got to throw it in the mixer. Yeah, like you got to throw it in the mixer. These two are really fucking football.
You two are busted up right now.
It's funny.
You got to put the ball in the box.
I know where he's going with this.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas, bringing it back to the politics, basically, yeah.
That was funny.
In the dying matters, basically, yeah. In the dying matters, we need the very best.
Yeah, but you know what? I agree.
Yeah, I agree with the training and all that.
No, I agree with everything you're saying. But in order to be the very best,
You have to go through some stuff.
You have to go through that.
Yeah.
You have to go through that.
This is the first time we ever seen her.
You have to go through that. It's imperative. It's imperative for her growth.
Yeah.
In her career path, that she goes through that, and you know, in the bigger, you know what it is. And this is where I agree with, I agree with Kaylee. Yeah. It's disappointing that even though I agree in what you're saying, it's disappointing that we even have to have this conversation, because she should be able to express how she feels and not be judged by her own people.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
But I hear where you're coming from.
Yeah, I get you.
That's what I'll say.
But everyone has their own opinion on it, innit? So,
Yeah, of course.
So basically, the way how you're moving, basically, you're not looking for your youth them to go on free school meals.
Nah. Because when I was growing up, that was the in thing, innit? Like, everybody.
That was the
not
Anything on necessity, bro.
That was the next.
No, but I mean, like, when I was younger, even speaking to people now, it was a thing that was easy to scam or whatever, innit? Like, everyone was doing it, innit?
Yeah,
like, you could get away with it. Why are you not going to get free school dinners for your kid if you could get it? Like, it was something that was simple to do, so everyone was doing it. Rather than me give my kid, like, see them days there, my dad giving me a $5 or my mum giving me a $5, they don't know what that's getting spent on. And they're not even going to give me a $5. No, me, it would have been £2 or something cat that I would have struggled to even eat on. You know what I mean?
Listen, let's have it right here. Like, not being on school free meals can end up terribly wrong. If, like you said, if you're giving your youth basically the money to spend, you could be spending it on bullshit basically.
Yeah, you could be buying weed.
Obviously, you know that he's gonna eat, and obviously, like you said, he could be doing other miscellaneous
stuff. As you get to a certain age,
other activities.
When you get to like 16, 15, you start trying. Or start doing other stuff.
You start experimenting.
Yeah, because if you got the money to do it.
Yeah, like if you're getting a £5 a day, that's like £25 a week.
I'll give you an example. I used to get like £4 or £5 a day. So I was on free school meals. Some of my man them was getting £5 a week.
Exactly, that's what I was on.
It was real.
So,
It was
brother,
real. It
that
was
was real, you know.
It was real.
No, but
so when they were jacking other man,
Basically,
you know what? It was
hard times.
it was literally a survival thing.
It was
It was a survival thing. Yeah,
but listen to this. Here's where it could go against you. When I was in primary school, yo, I was telling them man the story the other day, basically. Like, yo, I used to get sometimes I used to get lunches and that. Yo, one time my parents sent me in school with a fried fish, man. Set man out for failure, man.
Yeah.
I had man like lobby onto man for about a month. Say, yo, man, boy, stinky fried fish, right? You know, kids are ruthless.
Yeah.
You get me? Like, it was onto man for about a month. This and that must. Yo, see when I bust that fish, everyone was like, yo. I don't know. I think it might have been on a snapper or something. You get me? But yo, the man them had zero tolerance for it.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So,
Why on earth they give you that?
listen, African parents,
That's so long with the
you
bones
must
and
chop my oil.
everything.
Yo, that might have been
take what you're
last
given,
night's
take what
meat.
you're given,
You know what I'm saying?
saying?
Like, take what you're given.
Yeah.
You get me? So I'm there clapping it back. These time the man them's laughing at man. You get it? Like, but that's when they could go horribly wrong. Or a man could get eat that sandwich. You get me?
Eat that sandwich.
Eat that sandwich. The man's like, yo, what's that, blood? You get me? Like, them kind of, like, like, if you're gonna do the, if you've got enough money to not be on free school meals, at least pattern up the youth them with proper meals.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and one thing that I hate as well is giving the youth them hot meals, knowing that it's gonna get cold by lunchtime, basically.
Put it in a flask, innit?
Even the flask, not all the time that works. You better off just saying, yo, cold sandwiches, you get me? Or a salad or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Salad.
A salad. Listen,
No, what can you ever see get a salad to go to school?
listen.
Getting dashed in the
If that's the only thing in your box, boy,
Make it work, innit?
you're gonna have to make a salad and chicken. I might just back
But
the chicken.
certain man I knew in school, they found where the cupboard was with all the, you know, like the free school dinner tokens.
Yeah.
Certain man I know stole enough to survive for the year.
Yeah.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you.
He wasn't even doing it.
Listen.
Like, it's the ones that had the money as well that would go and teach
I was talking about this in my school group
It's
yesterday.
the ones that had the money. The ones that didn't have the money had a free token. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's the ones that never had the money.
Look.
It's golden teeth that.
Yeah.
And yo,
I used to, what do you call it, yeah? Me and my brethren, one of my guys, Casper, shout out Casper. Basically, yeah, like, we both never used to get like free school meals, innit, basically, because obviously our parents were both,
Up there,
not up there, bro, they're both self-employed, innit?
Yeah.
So what's ended up happening, like, R.I.P. my brethren, Rami used to have, what do you call it, sickle cell.
Okay.
Now, Rami was never ever in school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because of the sickle cell. Listen, you see when it's lunchtime, I don't know what class Casper's in, what class I'm in, just know I'm blowing to the ticket place. Whoever gets there first, gets there first, you get me? And there used to be like a ticket for the hot meal and the cold meal. So obviously all the man them normally get the hot meal because you're just sitting in the canteen, bossing, joking that. Now, if I got the hot meal, yo, he has to go for the cold meal thing, you get me? Like, but it was that mad, like what he was saying. Like, yo, we was actually just stealing, what do you call it? Stealing the tickets or whatnot.
stealing food.
And then it got to a point where we had money, so we'll just jump in the wall now. And go in for bloody kebab shop and them thing there.
Yeah.
You get me?
School days, man. How did we get here?
But that's inner city stuff. Do you get? Do you get what I'm saying?
That's the stuff that comes with going into school in the city.
In the city, basically, like bunking.
Fun. Do you know I only ever bunked off school once.
I
don't know.
I wasn't a bunker.
Listen, do you know what we used to do? We used to, like, in my school.
If I got caught bunking, I might as well sign my death
In my school, we used to
Yeah.
have, what do you call it? We used to have something called Enrichment Week. Now, that's the week where, like, you go on beer trips and that, basically.
Okay.
Our little group said, yo, fucking Enrichment Week, the man them link up at the train station, 9 o'clock, basically. Yo, we're going Chesterton, Fort Park. This is what we was on, basically.
Seriously?
I swear down, but what would happen is...
you get the money to go there?
What
That
happened
could
is...
never run down.
Nobody's got the peas to go Chesterton or Fort Park.
So how are you getting there,
Listen, them day flasher, you get me? All the way to
Okay.
Fort Park. Like, you're covering the bus, it's all out of date. You get me? Or
Or you cut the numbers
or
out.
you're showing the bus pass and you're passing it back to the next man. All of that basically, all the way to Fort Park. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One year, oh my days, there was about 10, 15 of us. And how it was is most of the years, everyone will get in. We'll just slide in behind people. One year, like 4 men didn't get in.
Mad.
We're saying blood fire. Saying, yo, everyone has to get in.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Let's go Chesterton. So we've gone from Fort Park, basically, on the bus to Chesterton.
Yeah,
We're like in like year 10 or something.
Yeah.
I don't even know how we even knew how to get to these places.
You work out in it. You do.
Yeah,
you
that's
get
the
it.
big difference.
Just work out.
we was going on,
catch this bus,
we was going on excursions, and this is how I got to know London. Like the kids these days,
Yeah, they don't know it
they
like
don't
that.
know it like
because
that.
of
They
everything,
don't go nowhere.
because of everything that's going on, you can't do
Like,
that.
I
You can't do that.
every
You
week I
can't
can
do
get
that.
to any. Tell me, I can get to Kingston. I can get all these
Yeah.
places.
Yeah.
You know, like so it became a thing where as well, like we ended up getting into Chesterton, and like it became a thing that we was always doing this every year, bunking school. Whereas I'm not saying that these things don't happen.
They probably happen now, but on a lot of
Outskirts of London or whatnot, but
Not like
I would
that.
imagine that there's less option for them to fuck around, basically.
Yeah, of
You know what I'm
course.
saying? We would do things like take trains into Harrow to try and chirp girls, or you get me. One time, the man them got into some beef. They went to Hampstead School.
Oh,
You
is
get
it?
me? Yeah, went to
Mad.
Hampstead School.
Mad.
Tried to draw some girl them.
Yeah.
The Hampstead man then run out the man them.
Yeah.
What? run out the G's them. Like it was about 4 or 5 men.
Oh,
you get me?
Hampstead School that had no uniform.
Had no uniform, notorious for having no uniform.
Wait,
They've got a uniform now, though, haven't they?
Yeah,
Where was
they've got
that?
uniform
Where's
now.
Hampstead School?
Cricklewood.
Like at the back,
Oh, yeah, it must have been
Sands
bad
on the
round
right.
there.
On the right, you get me?
But those were the jokes that were happening. There was no knife crime.
Yeah,
So there was no knife crime in time. Like if you go to the next school, you might get run out.
Listen. The youth they would run out like 4 or 5 of the man them. These times that everyone else is still in school, they just bunked school that day.
Oh,
Blood. The next day or the 2 days after, we rounded up the troops.
Yeah.
went to the school. Yo, bad up couple, man.
Yeah.
Right? Before you know it, the whole school was chasing us up. We kept it moving. Man called their big brothers from the estates. We was warring on the bus.
Oh,
All of
serious?
that. What? Yo,
Wow.
You see
in
the
this
good
day
thing
and
with them
age,
times?
you would have lost his life.
You see, with the good thing with them times, there was no knife. There
There
was no
was
knife crime.
But do you know what it is?
People
You see,
didn't think to.
do you know what it
People
is?
didn't think to stab.
Yeah.
Like what you would say is maybe one or rush. And the Russians when you get what I'm saying, you might get your ass kicked, but you live to see tomorrow. It was joke.
The most you'd get is a bottle over your head, if anything.
Even that,
And the worst thing is, if you get a joke, it wouldn't be like it would be like a slice in the leg or
Yeah,
or
it
something.
wasn't
Yeah,
that
yeah,
the
yeah,
man
yeah.
was even thinking about.
exactly.
He could die from.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
them times it was joking. It like you could go somewhere like. Even going into this is how we even got to learn different estates or different places.
Yeah.
Like, we were catching like stuff like the 36 bus from Queen's Park
Mad.
All the way.
through South. Literally with £1 in our pocket.
Mad.
Like going to link girl. Like this is how even half of the guys I know now is through linking girl or like. This is just when you're living when
So
you're
what
young.
kind of lifestyle did you have?
No, it wasn't even like. But I mean, like, when you have no money, you try and make the most fun out of what you could do. So we were going places like Park Royal.
Yeah.
So
Like,
this is how you get to know about. Like, it wasn't beef. It was instantly. It was always.
Yo,
People were cool,
walk
walk on. It
People
was
at school
never
with each other, college with each
it was
other.
never pussy or anything. It was never nothing like that. So even from now, years later, we still got friends. There's gal we've linked. There's girls that are friends. There's girls that are whatever.
What about for females though, KDK? Because what was like what in them school times there? How was the girl interacting and getting about in the city like? I don't really remember that, and I think that sometimes could be the reason why a lot of girls are not really brethren with their friends that they went to school with, like in major groups, basically.
You don't think?
I don't think there's a lot. Like from what I know,
So what did you do
it
when
might
you were
just be the
young,
girl that I know.
When
But
you were
I'm saying
15, 16,
I think when you were
a lot of them don't
school,
keep in contact like that.
You had a crew, you had a clique, and that's kind of the friends that you maintained, didn't it? So like, I've got friends from primary school, and one of them I didn't go secondary school with, but we kept in touch and we're still friends now.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good.
That's good.
But in terms of weekend activities, we'd go shopping centres like Brent Cross, Harrow, Watford, Harlequin. Like,
So basically,
we used to travel as well. Basically.
so you that was the gal that the man them was looking for, basically.
Yes, obviously.
Not quite.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because, so when you going Brent Cross for? You have money,
Yeah,
to
money
go
to do
Brent
shopping
Cross?
every weekend.
Yeah, a little bit every weekend.
No, but they were. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I'd save up my
don't
money
take
and
this
like
wrong,
buy
Kaylee.
CDs or whatever.
No, they had
like,
a different. Like, you see, like. Maybe they like you see. It depends on your financial status.
Yeah.
Like,
So she might have been going
we
to
was going
cleanse.
you were on the bus with £1 in your pocket.
She
with
was
no
going.
purpose.
She was going.
I had a
cleanse
purpose
access,
when
man.
I'm going.
There's no,
I was going to
she had money to buy the CDs. Wait, if we went in there, we must be trying to teach it. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have it financially like that. Like, so, Brent Cross to these places during the weekdays.
Man
Everyone
was going Brent Cross for no reason.
Yeah, like we would go just to draw gal. It was stupid things you were going for. What she say, that's what I'm saying. Like different lifestyles are different, innit? Like if your
Do you know
parents
what?
are giving you £20 on the weekend and saying, we ask for, remember it's me and my brother, we might ask for, can we get £1 each? My mum might not have no change. If we're lucky, it might be a £5 between us.
Do you know what the maddest thing is? Once I got into playing sports, all that stopped for me. I was like, I kind of went like,
What?
yeah, once I got into playing sports, like really into it, I was like, all the hanging out thing.
That's what became worse for man.
I just
most
wasn't
man,
even
that made them
interested.
stop their sports days.
I just wasn't interested in anything. I just wanted to play sports all the time.
No, but I'm saying to you, okay, so I'll give it. That's a very good example.
Yeah.
So in the city, basically, yeah, where we would go and play for Brent or whatnot. Remember, that team was filled with
man from over there, there.
different schools, like 5-6 different schools. Top man from that used to know how to play. You get me? So what do you think's happening after the match? Because everyone's parents is at work.
It's mad.
So we're on the bus, we're going Brent Cross in these places now. You know what I'm saying? Like looking for whatever. You know what I'm saying? Certain
Looking
times
for a motive, innit?
Looking for a motive. Looking to get a chase.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like we used to do
you
we used to do a thing in Harrow, yeah.
do you mean
Honest to
chase?
God, we used to do a thing in Harrow,
Police
yeah.
chasing you,
where
whatever,
we would say, do you know what, man, we're going cinema. What we're gonna do when the chance comes? We're gonna check what movie it is. Basically, we're all gonna run into the movie theater. If you get caught, so you have to wait till the movie done, cause man them not come out. Little things like that. It was just being tyrants basically for no reason.
It's just little.
Did you see the thing the other day? Did you not see the thing the other day on Instagram, yeah? Where the little kids were riding through the car park and the uncles were chasing them. And the uncle tried to kick one of them off the bike. And then the youth was like, he's speedy. And the African uncle they're running him down, basically. And the comments were getting at the kids like, oh, these bad kids, imagine that's somebody. But it's like, yo, like, they're just kids, innit? Like,
Yeah.
Like, they're obviously bored, innit? And this is where the youth centres and these kind of extracurricular activities that have all turned into housing projects or whatnot have come in, basically.
So question. In today's environment, like in the hood or in the city environment, do you think there's still a place for youth centres?
Of course. That would squash a lot of the beef that's going on now.
Yeah, I think that.
That's
I
how do you
think
think?
so.
Like, me going like
How do you-
out
that's
when
how-
we was
that's
younger,
how man them know
me
people.
getting to know people from different areas.
Right.
This
No,
was,
I know
was
that,
down
but I'm
to
just
youth
asking
centres.
for the sake of
It's so, go on.
Nah, this was down to youth centres, like youth centres, like Tavistock, wherever it may be. I'm just using this as an example.
Yeah.
Like going to meet your friends on the weekend, like, or even for guys you don't know, you're just getting to know them.
Yeah.
Like, so the beef, you're not thinking of beef because everyone's just friendly. You know what I mean?
Right.
The most it was MCing clash.
Yeah.
It was an MCing or something like that.
Or a football thing or something.
Yeah,
Or there'll be
let me
one
tell you
of
something,
fights,
yeah?
like,
Let
everybody
me tell you
goes
something.
out.
Between places like Stonebridge, Church Road, Harsden, the guys that are cool, that never went to the same school, it's because of these places.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So like,
100%.
I'm somebody that I can kind of go anywhere. I'm not in problems like that.
Yeah,
because
same here,
I
same
know
here.
guys from whether it be Church Road, Harsden, wherever.
which is cool, yeah.
That we used to play football together.
Yeah.
We used to stand up in the same other areas together,
Yeah.
MCing or whatever. You know what I'm
whatever,
saying?
yeah,
like,
yeah.
so it's these kind of things that that gave an opportunity for there to be peace or whatnot
Yeah.
and love
Yeah.
in the community. For instance, like when you look at in today's society, parents are even sending their kids to school, based upon what areas that they can go to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But that makes sense though.
No.
But,
Huh?
The parents.
Because some of the
Parents,
parents are wild.
imagine, yeah, let's just say somebody's from Harlesden or Church Road or Stonebridge or wherever, basically.
Yeah.
There could be a good school, for instance, in on the border of Harlesden that maybe Stonebridge guys go to, or they're known to send their kids to. Now, it could be a good school for everyone to go to. Now, the chances of somebody that has problems with that area sending their kids to that area is going to be much less. Because we know people have been killed on their way, and this is from north, east, south, west London, basically. People have been killed on the school run.
Yeah, facts.
Do you know what I'm saying? People have been killed on. So now you got to literally have to watch where you're sending your kids. You know what I'm saying? And even now, to the point where all these beefs that these areas have are glamorized so much on social media that back in the day, like people didn't start getting involved in the beefs until they was in college. Or even after college.
This is starting from year 7.
This is now. This is like year 7.
It was only your school where you was warring from young ages.
Aye, listen.
It was only
that school was a war zone. I ain't gonna lie to you.
What school?
Copeland.
Oh, you in Copeland?
Yeah.
What school did you go to?
Connor Hensley.
Okay,
you know
that was a madness as well.
Sausage
my time was a good time. My time was
Man United.
My time was a straight like. Yeah. After my time, then it went downhill. But see, my time, they for your period, like it was a good school. Obviously, they had their bad, like every school has their bad days, whatever.
Yeah. For the older lot,
never as bad as their school.
For the older lot, I remember,
but
madness. For the older lot, I remember, I could tell the story now because obviously the older guys are not really, are not beefing like that no more. But I
don't say names.
I particularly remember. I've not come.
Go on.
I particularly remember a time where one of the guys chased somebody that they had problems with, basically, through the whole school.
Mad.
Chased him through the whole school, and next minute, he turned one corner, and the next guys, all of his man them was there.
Mad.
They came to the school through the back entrance.
Yeah.
They was trying to rush him. Next minute, a man's brother came in, took a crutch, started licking, man. I'm in the school saying, it's going down right now, you get me? But this is just the things that used to happen. And that was probably where, for me, where in Northwest anyway, where it started to happen.
Do you know the maddest thing?
I'm saying the divide in terms of like school.
At ours, you was allowed to get licks in front of the headmaster. Like my dad whipped my brother's ass in front of the headmaster. Like them times the headmaster was down, like he kept him check, like you know them if a man says he's phoning you, your mum has to come in, please, like you're begging, like you don't even want the smoke, like because the school is down with you getting licks outside the school, like but there is no saviour.
In your school, how was it disciplined? You went to school slightly on the outskirts, isn't it?
No, Kingsbury.
Oh no, you went Kingsbury. I thought you went actual.
What's in the thick of it, bruv?
Kingsbury?
Come on, bro.
In the thick of what?
Hold on.
She's looking at me.
No. You got to remember, bruv. You got to remember. So, Kingsbury, other side that's Graham Park, bruv. You see, so all these G's.
Graham Park wasn't bad. When I was growing up,
Graham Park was always a madness, bro. What are you talking about, bro? No, not that.
You see, with Graham Park, it's not. I'm dissing them all like. No. Like a lot of them are obviously I'm old, isn't it? So a lot of them are younger than me. Yeah. When I was growing up, that area had a lot of like crackers hanging around. So a lot of people I knew were going there to sell drugs or whatever. Okay. That's all I knew of the area. Yeah. Like, you get what I'm saying? That's all I ever knew of the area. I didn't know anyone that was there.
I heard about that before I even went there. So I get it.
When it was Kingsbury now, Kingsbury, obviously they had they got their firms or whatever you want to call it in Kingsbury.
Do you feel like
she hasn't even said one word yet about how?
Do you feel like there was those issues? I don't feel like I don't know. Do you feel like there was the issues that and the things that we're talking about? Do you feel like you witnessed that in school or experienced that in school?
There was the occasional fight, but I wasn't really like into that stuff, so I wouldn't really know. It's quite oblivious, to be fair.
You're just doing your thing.
I was just doing my thing.
Where did you go to
Kind
college?
true. Doing your
I
thing.
went to Preston Manor sixth form.
Preston Manor.
Preston Manor.
But that was good. Preston Manor was good back then.
What?
That was
Like,
a
it
bad
was.
school as well.
No, Preston Manor was
Preston
good.
Manor.
When? How?
Preston Manor.
In my ages, Preston
Look
Manor.
at the people that went there, man.
Nah, bruv.
Just
So,
the people,
not
just
to-
a few people that went
So,
there.
Okay,
in my age, Preston Manor was a good school.
I don't want to. I don't want.
I went to the sixth form though. I didn't go to the
Yeah.
lower
So
school.
generally, it was a good school.
So
actually.
people would have
It
left
just-
by
dead, bruv.
year
it just-
11.
It just had a certain.
The bad ones.
But even like, I didn't.
It didn't have. It didn't have. It wasn't like one of the. It wasn't like Copenhagen.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
No,
You know,
no,
like
they
place
had
like
their guys.
Wilson High and all that. It wasn't like, them
you
places,
know,
no
a place
way.
like Wilson High, Cardinal Hensley,
Queen's Park was mad.
Queen's Park was mad.
What? Of course it was, bruv.
In my day, Queen's Park was soft.
But
Sorry,
but
but
hold on,
Queen's
hold
Park,
on.
man.
No,
Not
no, no,
soft.
no.
No, my age,
Hold on.
had a few years.
But I need to ask.
No,
see,
in my age
I
group.
need to ask you. I can't ask you. What year did you leave school in it?
Oh no, I left in 2003. Look at these oldies. Like, no, but I'm just saying. Remember, everyone has their errors in it.
That's it.
basically. But anyway, going back to the topic, basically, relating it back to the topic.
Yeah.
I don't think half the stuff that we're talking about in terms of people watching where they take their kids to school and the kind of things, fights and whatnot, like that happen in school. I don't think these things happen in schools that are outside London like that.
It happens in you can't say outside. Like
When you go, you're sitting in cities. Apart from places like Luton is like a mini London right now.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
Birmingham,
saying?
Manchester,
Birmingham, Manchester.
Liverpool.
It will happen in them places
Them
there.
places, yeah.
That's a given, basically.
Lucia Marsh Farm is a
All of
madness,
that kind
bruv.
of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I just don't think that in outside London, I don't think it's going down like that. So maybe that might be a
I think they've
preference
probably
for
got
somebody.
different issues.
Maybe different issues.
But
Yeah.
I'm sure there's still stuff that goes down.
No,
but
there's
it's
always
not the
stuff that
same.
goes down because the youngsters growing up, hormones
Yeah.
and all that involved. You know what I'm saying? Egos and all that. Like that's
Who's going to take over their dad's land or farm and take over the money? Who's going to be the one that takes over the money?
well, you know, maybe it's just different struggles as opposed to the whole razzmatazz. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just think it's different
you
now.
know what I
Imagine
mean?
that, like when we were 16, we used to go like park really. Like, imagine that now. You go with your friends. You could one of you look end up coming up with a body bag. Like it's that serious? No, but I mean it's that serious now. Like
God forbid.
before you could go like you go link a group of girl like or whatever. Like it was just fun in it. Like you're just living in it. Like there weren't nothing to worry about. Even if you couldn't eat, we used to do stuff like order at the chicken shop. When the man puts the food down, grab it and run like. But that's how bad. Probably that's how bad we didn't have the money.
Listen,
Mad.
the man who used to order pizzas to the block and
Yeah, like
jack the
them
pizza
things.
man. Regular.
I heard about it.
Domino's weren't
There
coming.
was no deliveries. I remember the Chinese man came
Chinese,
with a pen.
no.
The man that was taking the pen and the Chinese, like, bro.
Listen, the first time I got arrested, yeah. Yeah, man reminded me about this the other day. First time I got arrested, so we're in the block, nothing to do. Normal day in the ends, basically. Pizza man, these times it was old school, no phones and that.
Yeah.
Pizza man's got lost. He's looking at his map, he's looking around. We can tell this motherfucker is lost,
He's
basically.
getting yam, bruv.
This guy, like an idiot, has gone in the phone box basically, yeah, to probably call the number or call back his office or whatnot. And man said, yo, can we suck the pizza?
Look at the way Kaylee looks. She looks like.
Listen, you're from Harrow, you didn't know this struggle. The man
Hungry times, bro. Hungry times.
Listen, we're saying, a man saying, yo, I can smell a barbecue base in there. So what's happened basically is the man has ran down the stairs of the block.
Oh, that's so
One
funny.
man basically, the instigator, he knows who he is basically, has held the door of the of the phone box. So the guy is banging to get out. Man's I've emptied the unlocked the
thing.
the box basically. Carried the pizza box, running up the road basically. We've reached at the top of the ends basically where the GP is. The man has bust open the pizza box. You get me? Yeah. Bro, before we knew it, feds had just pulled up. Like instant, like I saw a man running with the pizza, eating the pizza on his way. Man's hopped the fence has hopped the fence. I've hopped back over, running. Blood, I'm following the next man basically. He's like, yo, stop following me. Oh, bro. It was peak. I ended up saying, fuck this, man. There's no way I could be getting in trouble for this. I walked, ended up getting rugby tackled by the Jakes, basically. Yo, they done the worst thing ever. They done the worst thing. But they didn't even nick, man. You know them days they
let you go in it.
Not even that. You know them days they where if you got nicked, basically, maybe you had your brethren's brother. My brethren's older brother used to be the guy to call basically. Yeah. Obviously he was over 16 or whatnot. He was about 18 in time.
Come to the police station, baby.
Come to the police station, bail man out.
Yeah.
Your parents don't know, basically.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers took me to my door.
Mad.
My mom opened and said, hey, you want to kill me? I was looking at the fence like, yeah, like, but these are just in the city, you know what I'm saying? Shenanigans that happen, and wrapping it up basically, yeah, like wrapping it up, what I would say here is that inner city parents need to be way more on the ball, because so much things can happen when you're in a city kind of thing.
Okay. No, it's true. But
you know what I'm saying?
All right, for example, yeah, she's gonna give me a date, you know. But yeah, I'm saying like, all right, that's our life of living, yeah. So like for you, when you was younger, what did you do like just for example on a Saturday and Sunday, like?
She said
hang out with friends, go to shopping centre, go to the arcades like Park Royal or whatever.
See, our shake was we got banned from the arcade because we weren't spending our money. We couldn't spend it. We didn't have the money to spend.
Anything else?
What else do we do? Hang out at friends'
chasing
house.
guys.
Dates. You must have gone and said, my friend likes you.
All of that.
No, not at that time. Not me anyway.
Right.
Damn. Do you know what's mad? I kind of feel
it's
like
a different lifestyle.
Yeah, like, I kind of feel like when you're in a city, like, or in the ends, should I rather say, is very, very, very eventful.
I'm going to ask a question to everyone, apart from Beans, because he already answered. What year did you leave school?
99, I think.
99?
Left school
Did you leave in 96?
90 what? Huh?
96?
I left 96.
2003.
Yeah, I was about to say 91.
So I left 96.
I started in 98.
Yeah, 98, yeah.
I left
You
96.
was driving in the night.
You left in 96?
Yeah, bro.
Jesus
Yeah, brother.
Christ.
Left in 96, bro. Best year of my life, 96.
That's some old school.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. You don't see the battle scars there, bro. Trust me, but yeah.
No, but you know what it is? The lifestyle of living today and
It's completely different, bro.
and how it was years ago. Like it's more like I don't think my parents even there was not really mobiles. Mobiles was just starting to come out. So to get through to us was the next thing anyway.
Yeah.
But
Once you're gone, you're gone.
and you would just turn off your phone and say the battery dead. Even you know what I'm saying? Like, but we were living like it was more safe. I don't think our parents just worried about what time he was coming in.
Yeah.
Not the trouble you was getting, or maybe the trouble like police brought to your house or you get arrested.
No, it's what
Like,
time you was coming in, basically.
Yeah, what time is
But it wasn't like
Now it's if you're coming back.
yeah, like or how you're coming back, how
You're going to come back, or if you're even coming back.
yeah, like it's that dangerous.
It's really scary.
That is scary. That is very scary.
This
Very,
is,
very
and
scary.
This is why sometimes some people opt to go out of London. If that makes sense, because
Yeah, that's what we
obviously,
said.
yeah,
Because
obviously
of the danger factor. It's safer to raise your children out of London.
They can ride a horse on a Saturday.
But as we say, there's different obstacles, shall we say,
Of course.
living outside of... Because
What would
there's
you
not...
prefer?
I don't even know, to be honest.
I'd rather my kid ride a horse on a Saturday, learn to ride a horse. You know, the uptown play, what is it, polo?
But you know what
them things do.
Answer the question. What do you prefer?
I think that being in a multicultural community is important. So I get your point of not wanting to go on the outskirts because representation is important, isn't it? So that to me is a factor, but at the same time, with that breeds a lot of dangers.
Yes.
So it's a tricky one.
And ignorance.
Yeah, it's a really tricky one. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it, to be honest.
No. I think the perfect scenario is to, let's say, if you lived out, but you go to schools in, so you know how to, because for me,
balance.
Like setting a balance,
setting a balance, because this is the thing, like kids need to know how to survive amongst the wolves, kind of.
Yeah, of course.
Because for me, like I used to get into a lot of trouble, but I wasn't a troublemaker. but I learned how to maneuver because I was the big. How I got in trouble was always because I was the biggest one, and I'd get in trouble because I was there. Then I learned how to maneuver and position myself. So I was like, okay, so if I'm there, I'll get in trouble. If I move myself away from it and still watch from a distance, I'm not there. So I became to I learned how to maneuver, so to speak.
I don't think being out and bringing your kids in I think that's the worst.
No, it creates balance.
Nah.
I think it can create.
It can create balance, or it can create bad kid. It can create a kid that is trying to fit in with the wolves.
No, but
you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Like, so he's gonna he has the money and resources to do. No. If you're
he'll be buying boxes when he's 17.
No, but he has But I'm saying he has the. You see, if you're coming from a rich area, just even buying stuff like guns, he's gonna have the money to do certain things.
But we don't have to think that.
Bro. No, but I'm saying,
be easy, man.
All right, forget even the guns and all that. When you're coming from a rich area,
you've got resources to do certain things that other men haven't. So basically, you're gonna basically go out of your way to prove yourself, where others will be like, because you're not from there.
Yeah, and certain man might try a thing with you, like because you're in a better situation than them. Like, and remember, there's footballers, there's black footballers, there's black people that have got money that live in these other areas as well. Do
you think that parents these days either over shelter their kids or over spoil their kids?
That is another topic, bruv. Because
I'm saying because we know because remember, most of the parents that are our age basically, fortunately for us, is not like our parents that came from Africa or the Caribbean that didn't really have a clue about what was really going on outside. All they saw maybe the most likely was guys smoking weed, maybe one or two little fights here and there. But we know
the Jamaicans were cool with that.
But we know.
I'm joking.
We know that basically.
Be easy, my brother.
We know that there's much more that goes on outside. So, is our generation really trying to protect the kids more?
Yeah, because I think that the kids nowadays are out of control. And I think the question is, do you know where your child is?
No, but the bad guys that were my
I think back in the day, our parents had it more in check. You might say, I went out and I turned my phone off, but they still kind of, there was an accountability and they kind of knew where you were, sort of thing. And you knew to come back on time. Yeah. You really did. Let's be real. I mean, whereas these lot now, they're a law to themselves.
I'm saying, is it now that the parents saying no one can't go nowhere?
If that was the case, then I don't think there'd be as much
I don't really
trouble as there is.
I don't think I see as much kids on the road.
No, but haven't you noticed? The guys that are bad
but the crime is still up there. So
a lot of those are not. A lot of those are point to prove. A lot of those kids have got points to prove. Like the guys that are my ages or older that were the road guys. A lot of their kids are actually good kids.
Yeah,
a lot of their kids, from what I've seen, a lot of their kids are actually good kids. A lot of them are following their footsteps. No, a lot of them don't even know. Because their dad knows what to catch them. Their dad knows everything. If you're hiding drugs...
where are these children that are doing these things? Where are they coming from?
Social media is making everybody want to be the baddest guy. So
okay, that's great, but if you have a child, where is your child? Do you know where your child is? It's not about social media, it's about you parenting.
He always said one thing, yeah? When you leave your house to go to school, and you come home. Between that time, your parents don't know where you are, and they have no control.
I'm in school.
No. Watch it.
You have to catch the bus to school.
This is my saying. Basically,
I walk to school.
Right, you leave your parents to go to school, though.
We'll end on this note. This is my saying. Basically, it's a very I'm a philosopher. You know what I'm saying? Basically, like from working in schools and working with kids and all that, what I came to realize and understand is that the person you will be basically is the person that you are between the hours of 7:30 in the morning, and 9 o'clock a.m. and 3:30, and 6.
That's the real you.
That's the real you. That's the unsupervised you. That's the free time you.
So when you're commuting to work,
when your parents are not around,
when your parents are not around,
no teachers, not
but guess what?
Friends.
Now what's starting to happen is parents are starting to drop their kids to school. So guess what? Running up in Woolworths for all the sweets like the man them used to do, that can't go on again.
Can't run again.
That can't go on again. You get it?
And my day-
and at the gates.
And my
you know
day,
what I'm saying,
nobody
to pick
wanted
you
their
up.
parents to drop you to school because everyone used to laugh at you. Oh, your parents,
Parents had to
you're a
work.
sir. Yeah, and, like it was just a thing that went with it. Like nobody wanted their parents to drop. Even if your parents was dropping you to school, you made them drop you around the corner.
Around the corner and whatnot. Yes, but what I'm saying to you is, after school, how many fights? If you went to school anywhere in the proximity of Wembley, how many fights did you see at Primark? The kids that were getting picked up couldn't see them fights because their
They couldn't
parents
hear about it, yeah.
they couldn't even get detention.
All right.
But anyway, yo,
We need to wrap this up one.
we'll end on that note, yo. It's been good talking. Beans,
Fat boy.
Kaylee K.
And
like, share, comment, subscribe, all that yada yada. Bada bing, bada boom.
They are.